This tsunami destroys the coastlines of 14 different countries, turning towns from looking like this to looking like this. And
Oh, that shit look like a Pokemon region now. We are checking out They All Got Body due to YouTube. I gotta say certain things a certain way. This is brought to us by Ray William Johnson. I remember when he went on a generational run back in the day. Like to see what his new content about, so let's get to it.
Fair change. So a 10-year-old girl is about to accurately predict one of the deadliest disasters in history. Now, the girl's name is Tilly, and like I said, she's 10 years old and she's living in England.
She
and
works
one day,
for
in
the government
2004,
now.
Her parents tell her, "We're going on vacation in Thailand."
She predicted the future?
And Tilly,
Is this
she's
Heroes?
all excited, and she's like, "Oh, fucking Thailand!"
I don't even remember
so
the
she
show
and her
Heroes,
family
bro.
flies to Thailand. And when they arrive,
That was the boys
it's
before
such
the
a
boys
cool
was the
place,
boys.
And like the beach is nice, the water's nice. It looks like they're gonna have the perfect vacation. But
I like the
then,
loading
a
bar
few
down
days
there.
later, Tilly's walking along the beach with her family, and she notices something weird.
She still
She
got that
notices
same
the
haircut
water
though, bro.
doesn't look as nice as it did before. In fact, it looks
So you telling me she predicted the future based off of the consistency of the water? Because the water was more murky than what she remembered? She's an anime genius, bro.
foamy and strange as the water near the beach is starting to bubble and swirl. Here's a picture
Okay.
of what foamy ocean water looks like, and yeah, it looks odd.
Oh,
and
that's
so Tilly's
disgusting.
parents, they don't say anything about it. I'm not sure if they even notice. But that is when, boom, Tilly has a horrible realization.
Okay.
Because she had learned about this in school. So she turns to her parents.
The U.S. school system has failed us all. Because I don't remember them telling us that if the water is foamy, legitly foamy, we gonna get bodied.
And she says, "This is what the water looks like right before a tsunami hits. A tsunami is coming." And her parents are like, "Huh? What now?" And Tilly's like, "A tsunami! A giant wave that's gonna kill everyone on the beach!" And Tilly looks around and she sees about 100 other people there chilling on the beach as well.
Yeah, they
And so
never
she
taught
yells,
us
"We're all gonna
that."
die unless we leave now!" But Tilly's parents have no idea what she's talking about, so her dad says, "Calm down, Tilly. Everything's fine. Come on, let's keep walking."
Yeah, listen to
And
your
they
kids,
just keep
parents.
walking along the beach. But what they don't know
Sometimes
is
that
that Tilly's
innocence is
actually
no joke,
right.
bro.
Underneath the Indian Ocean, something crazy just happened. A tectonic plate has ruptured, causing a shift in the ocean floor, and therefore
wow.
a massive earthquake. In fact, it's the most powerful earthquake ever
Wait,
recorded in
using
Asia.
AI to make
The
these,
energy
images,
released
bro?
is equivalent to 23,000 atomic bombs.
Wow.
So that atomic bomb energy is suddenly released into the ocean, and it's created what is about to become the deadliest tsunami in history. And that tsunami is heading
Is this a
right
real
toward
story?
Tilly and her family at 500 miles an hour.
Wow.
Now, unfortunately, it's
500?
2004, and they don't have iPhone alerts to warn everyone. In fact, during this time, there's
There was no kind of weather alert or anything of that nature in 2004? I don't remember what I was doing in the 2004 game.
no tsunami warning system in place for the entire Indian Ocean. The
Wow.
only warning this beach is going to get is from Tilly,
When it actually
the
happens.
10-year-old. But unfortunately, no
And
one's
ain't
listening
nobody
to
gonna
her.
be listening to a
So
10-year-old.
Tilly's
They gonna
parents are
think it's
still
nonsense.
walking along, and she keeps
Wow.
trailing behind them as they walk, and she keeps yelling, "Stop! I know what's gonna happen! We have to leave now!" But they just keep ignoring her. And finally, Tilly gets so mad that pow, she sits down on the sand. And she's like, "I'm not moving until you listen to me." And Tilly's dad is like, "Oh, Jesus, Tilly." And her mom's
Tilly's
like,
dad need to cut
"This
the
is
hair
being
off."
dramatic. And her dad's like, "Fine, will it make you feel better if we go talk to a security guard?" Meanwhile,
Yeah.
the water is pulling away from the shore, receding back and back and back. This tsunami's about to get big. And so Tilly's dad, he is going to take her
I
to
wouldn't
find
know
a
what to
security
do.
guard.
I ain't
And
never
Tilly
been in that
begs her mom,
situation. Only thing I've
"Please,
ever
you have
did
to
in
come
life
with
was
us.
like
If you stay here, you won't
a
survive."
random, like,
But
actual
mom refuses.
flood
So she stays by the water while Tilly and her
and
dad
hurricanes.
walk toward the hotel to find a security guard. And so her dad finds a
Like, I've
hotel
been
security guard just off the beach.
in the
And he says,
vicinity of a
"Look, you
tornado
probably think I'm
before, but I've
bonkers,
never
but my
been in
daughter's
that
convinced
like
that there's gonna be
I've
a
never been
tsunami."
close enough to a tornado
Then,
to where it
right in
like
that moment, a Japanese man is
damaged
walking by,
my things.
and he overhears
was
them
like
talking, and he recognizes the word
a couple
tsunami.
whoops over.
And he seems to be the only adult around who even knows what a tsunami is.
So it
And he
took a
says,
stranger-
"Hey, I think your daughter might be right." And so the guard
took a
and Tilly's dad
stranger.
are finally like, "Oh shit!" So bam, the guard springs into action, and he starts.
So you telling me y'all did not believe the words coming from your daughter's mouth until a stranger overheard her and was like, she might be right. We gotta take into accountability that sometimes your kids could be telling you the absolute truth. It might sound outlandish, childish even, but there has to be some truth in that because a kid, a 10-year-old kid, has no reason to lie. And if you say it's her imagination, a 10-year-old kid should not be watching anything like TV-wise of that caliber to where a tsunami is a thing. Shout out to the teacher of that schooling, that school district that told her these are the signs of this natural disaster. Because I'm telling you, when I went to school, unless I just clearly don't remember, they never told us if you see the water foaming, that means a tsunami is about to hit. That was never a thing, bro. We had tornado warnings. Get a book, go into a corner, get as small as possible, like we just not gonna get sucked up in it. But that was it.
Evacuating everyone from the beach. "Get out of here! There's a tsunami!" While Tilly's dad frantically waves to her mom, trying to get her to come in.
But where y'all gonna
And
go,
soon,
though?
Everyone is off the beach, except
You
for
can't go to
Tilly's
the
mom,
highest point
who's
because the
last
water is
one
gonna knock
walking
everything
towards
over,
them
right?
with her
Tilly's
slow
mom kinda
ass.
embarrassed,
And that is when they finally see it. A 30-foot giant wall of water barreling toward them.
I
Now, here's
wouldn't
the
know
thing
what
about
to
tsunami.
do. I already
A
can't
tsunami
swim,
is
bro.
not one giant wave. It's actually a series of giant waves, one after another. And so this 30-foot wall of water is only
followed
the
by
first
another one.
of many to come.
Wow,
and
I didn't know
so Tilly
that.
yells, "Run!" And everyone panics, and she and her
And this is where like movies have failed me. I really thought a tsunami was one big ass wave. I didn't know it was a series of waves, bro. I didn't know it was one wave, then another wave, then another. A continual crash. That's devastating because you ever just been to the beach and it could be a 1-foot wave and that little bit take you off your feet. A 30-foot wave. Oh yeah, no, bro.
parents start running away, running for their lives.
Tilly
And now
Mom kinda
everyone
got-
can
they
see
get older
the
though, don't she?
massive wall of water rushing towards them. And kaboom! The water slams
Wow.
into the shore, ripping through everything, and people are running away and they're screaming in horror.
That's mad terrifying,
While water
though,
just
bro.
plows through the coast and it blasts past palm trees and it floods
That's
into
mad
town,
terrifying,
going further
bro.
and further inland.
'Cause
And
I can't do
buildings and
nothing against
hotels
that.
and luxury resorts are getting all smashed up and flooded with water. In some areas, tourists who are just there enjoying their vacation are
Never
completely
left, bro.
caught off guard when kaboom, a bunch of waves start hitting. So now, suddenly, they're all struggling for survival, trying to find
How do
anything
you
to
even-
hold on to prevent
do you
the
even
current from
survive
rushing
that?
them away. Because if they get caught up in this rushing water, they'll drown. And you can see this guy here, he's like holding onto a bunch of trees, and there's like a young girl here holding on to, looks like a telephone pole. Some people are just like chilling in their hotels when suddenly, bam, the whole room fills up with water. And if your room was on the first floor,
Over
you're
with.
and a lot of these people, unfortunately,
Does the tsunami have enough power to knock down an entire like hotel structure? Because if the answer is no, then your best bet is going to the very top floor. But I would imagine that the water is strong enough to literally bring it to the ground. How do you survive that, or is it just automatically GG's? That's universal hacks. These are things that I be worried about sometimes, bro. I can't swim, dog. What do you do in the case of a tsunami, bro?
they don't make it out in time. But the people who did are desperate to get to higher ground, but they can't, and they get swept away because the waves are just
So all you
too
can do is
powerful.
just get higher.
In fact, the force of the water is so strong, it washes away everything. Even
Wow.
whole ass cars are getting washed away in this
Wow.
flood. And so the tsunami continues, and more waves just keep coming.
That is
and the water
devastating,
just
bro.
tears down buildings, and it sends them flying into
The water is strong enough to tear down buildings, bro. So there's nothing that I could do. I'm not.
what is now the ocean, and it demolishes anything in its path like a bulldozer. Not only that, it's bringing that stuff with it. Like, it's filling the water with debris like furniture and glass and rocks and TVs and lumber from buildings. All that can hit.
I get that this is a story. I don't know if this is a true story or not. We've seen real deal flood, real deal tsunami damage. I just want to take a moment to just, like, you know, in silence, just to pray for the people who was there, had to witness that, and did not come back from that, because like that's an outcome that I never had to think about. And I'm close to the water, so it could happen. It's just not a thing that happens right now. Let me just take a moment of silence just to pray for those who had to go through that and did not come back, even the ones that survived. Give me a moment. Amen.
It can cut you open, it can knock you out. Here is a guy getting swept up in it, and he
That is so
disappears
sad, bro.
for a bit, you can see, and here you can see that luckily he is able to pull himself out. And so people
I would
who
freak
weren't
out.
warned, who are like in the water, they get carried away sometimes for miles before
Oh
they're
my
able
God.
to pull themselves out. And they get separated from.
They're getting thrown into stuff. You know, they hitting trees, buildings, cars. Like, it's not just a lazy river, if that's what you're imagining. I can only imagine the gashes and oh my gosh.
It's like their families don't even know if they're alive because, you know, again, it's 2004. Not everyone has a cell phone. And so thousands upon thousands of people are swept underwater,
he's gone.
and they're never seen again.
Oh, wow.
And it's not just Thailand, where Tilly is, that gets hit. This tsunami destroys the coastlines of 14 different countries, turning towns from looking like this to looking like this. And
Oh, that shit look like a Pokemon region now.
this ends up being one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history, killing around 230,000
Jesus
people.
Christ.
And as for Tilly, she and her parents run to their hotel, and they just barely make it to a high floor moments before waves hit.
Yeah, I
And
should have
without
listened
her
to your
warning,
daughter.
everyone on that beach they were on would have lost their lives. But because she was stubborn and insistent, that beach they were on is one of the only beaches with 0 fatalities. She
Wow.
literally saved the lives of her parents and all other 100 people on the beach.
Bless
that day.
her
And
heart.
she became a hero, and she was named Angel of the Beach by the media. And here's actually a picture of Tilly in real life holding an award that she received for her heroism. And I
bitch
bet her
look
parents
16.
will listen
You
to her
telling me
from here
she's
on
10?
out now, won't they?
That's absolutely insane. Only thing I've ever witnessed, not even witnessed for real, but only thing I've ever been a part of was hurricanes, and I was a couple towns over from some tornadoes. But I ain't never been through no earthquake, blizzard, avalanche, rock slide, mudslide. Like, there's a lot of natural disasters that I've never been a part of, and I don't think I want to. But with that being said, bro, that's gonna be it for the video. Moral of the story, listen to your kids. They might be knowing some things, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, man. Peace.